Gustavo Fring is a man whose resume speaks for itself. Owner of 14 Los Pollos Hermanos restaurants, operator of one in Albuquerque, and meth kingpin. Although we see the rise and continued success of Gus Fring's reign as a meth kingpin, despite the best efforts of Walter White, Lalo, and Hector Salamanca, I want to see how good of a fast food boss Gus was. I worked almost a year in fast food, so I know the business, and I feel like I have the qualifications to answer this question. I have 5 factors that I'm going to be grading Gus on: pay and benefits, employee relations, leadership skills, customer service, and business and product. So let's see if Gus Fring runs his chicken empire as well as he runs his meth empire. So while it isn't actually possible to find out how much Gus paid his employees, and I'm pretty certain it isn't mentioned in the show, I think I can make a pretty good estimate based off the benefits Gus has provided them. Referencing the Better Call Saul subreddit, there seems to be a mixed opinion on how much he pays them. Some believe Gus pays above industry standard and even say they can vaguely remember an episode mentioning Gus paying his employees well, while others bring up the counterpoint that Gus wouldn't pay his employees above the industry standard in order to not raise suspicion, trying to appear more like other fast food restaurants. However, in my opinion, I agree with the former. From all we hear in the show, Los Pollos Hermanos is a well-respected, successful, and popular restaurant. Of course, Gus is laundering money through Pollos as well, so with the increased profits he's recording, it would make sense that he could pay above industry standard. Gus also seems to expect a lot out of his employees, so with that increased responsibility would possibly come at least somewhat of a pay increase too. So while I technically have no proof to base this on, I'm gonna give Gus a 4 out of 5 for pay and benefits. I'm thinking working at Los Pollos is kind of like working at In-N-Out. Pretty decent pay, but you gotta work your ass off. Gus is continuously shown to be an excellent business partner in the meth business. He's consistent, reliable, and one of, if not the best at what he does. Other than Walter and the Salamancas, most of Gus's business associates have had positive experiences. Gus seems to have that same positive relationship with his employees at Los Pollos too. Most scenes at Los Pollos show Gus treat his employees with respect and valuing their safety and well-being. When the Salamanca family raids Los Pollos and threatens all the employees' safety, Gus does his best to defuse the situation and sends them all home with full pay. None of Gus's employees seem to have any problems with him, and multiple of them feel comfortable enough to come and discuss issues or concerns they may have. Although Gus holds his employees to quite a high standard, he has been shown to be good to his employees who work hard. However, much like he is in the drug business, Gus can be quite manipulative at times. Gus manipulates and borderline gaslights Lyle on Better Call Saul and continues to have him cleaning a fryer with unclear instructions and a continued disappointing tone. Because of this, I'm gonna have to give Gus a 4 out of 5 again. While Gus treats his employees well for the most part, some of that toxic bitterness Gus shows in his meth business seeps into the chicken business. Throughout Breaking Bad and some pretty intense scenarios, we're shown how fearless of a leader Gus Fring shows himself to be in the drug business. It's no small task to create and maintain the drug empire that he did. Neither is it no small task to own 14 Los Pollos Hermanos restaurants. Like I already mentioned in the last section, Gus did his best to keep his employees safe when danger arrived at Los Pollos. Doing some research online, I've come up with a list of 5 skills the best leaders have, and I want to quickly run down if Gus hits every one of those. Number 1, communication. Gus is very direct and forward with his employees. Other than the time Gus gaslit Lyle, he communicates well with all of his employees, so check. Number 2, shows empathy for his employees. As I established in the last section, Gus maintains good relations with his employees and seems to care deeply for them, so check. Number 3, set a good example. Although Gus's business outside of Los Pollos isn't the definition of a good example, he is the best example for his employees while at Pollos. He is meticulous and careful in his efforts to keep the restaurant clean and running well, so check again. Number 4, delegation. While most of Gus's employees seem like great hires, and the speed at which his cooks prepare orders is unheard of, I think he may lack skills in who he promotes. I'm not the world's biggest Lyle fan, and I really feel like Gus could have chosen a better assistant manager, so no check here. Number 5, decisiveness. A good leader has to be decisive and strategize quickly to make the best moves for his staff. Gus diffused the situation with the Salamancas. It showed great decision-making skills throughout the show, usually being a step ahead of any problems in his way, so check again. I'm gonna have to give Gus a 4 out of 5 again, as he shows 4 out of the 5 skills a good leader has. Where I worked fast food, the number one priority over everything was making sure that we offered the best service possible to our customers. I know a thing or two about making sure that the customer is taken care of, and I can tell you with that knowledge that Gus provides some of the best customer service I've ever seen. In Better Call Saul, while Jimmy is searching for his watch, Gus insists on finding it for him while also offering to clean the watch that was in the trash. After this too, Gus removes the tray that Jimmy dropped in the trash. Not only does this show how diligent Gus is, but Gus doesn't complain or hassle Jimmy for dropping the tray in the trash, showing how much he values the customer experience. Gus's downfall as a drug kingpin at the hands of the DEA almost came because of how good of customer service he was offering. Gus's fingerprints only got caught by Hank because of the impeccable customer service. When was the last time Colonel Sanders refilled your soda at KFC? Or one of those cows in the Chick-FIl-A commercials did? That's what I thought. Gus is the model of excellent customer service, and I can't think of anything he does wrong here. I'm giving Gus a 5 out of 5 for customer service. If there's anything that Los Pollos Hermanos prides itself on, it's their delicious and flavorful chicken. And for one hell of a price too. My man Gustavo Fring was charging $3.19 for a Pollos Classic and a large coffee. I can't even get a box combo at Cane's for less than my right arm and my eternal soul. Not only is it well priced, but by all accounts, this is the greatest chicken to ever touch Earth. Everyone who goes to Los Pollos Hermanos loves the chicken and cannot stop raving about the taste. Gus offers fast service, great prices, and high quality product. Much like his drug business, he is able to provide the product affordably and efficiently like I mentioned. I'm giving Gus a 5 out of 5 for business and product. After going through all 5 categories, Gus has earned roughly a score of 4.5 out of 5, making Gus a grade A boss. Gus treats his employees and customers with respect. He is a strong leader and runs a respected and successful fast food business. Gus may be known around Breaking Bad fans as the meth kingpin who hired Walt and Jesse, but I argue we all took a page out of the Salamanca's book and see him as he really is. The Chicken Man. That's going to be all for episode 1 of Boss Review, guys. As always, thanks for watching, subscribe, and watch Breaking Bad.